Welcome to the Explainer. So, what if the secret to getting more done wasn't about working harder? What if it was about working with your own body, not against it? Today, we're diving into something called Morfs Productivity Rhythm. It's a method built on a really fascinating idea that most productivity systems fail because they're actually fighting our natural energy. So, let's kick things off with a question that I'm pretty sure we've all asked ourselves at some point. You know the drill, right? You get excited about a new to-do list app, or you try that super rigid time-blocking system. And then, a week later, poof, it's gone, forgotten. Why? Why do these plans almost always fall apart? Well, according to the source material from Royal Bloom, the answer is surprisingly simple. It's because most of these systems treat us like we're machines. They completely ignore the one key element that makes us human: our energy levels, our focus, and our own unique natural rhythm. And that leads us right into what we can call the productivity trap. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's that frustrating cycle. You get all motivated, you adopt a new system, and then you just fall off the wagon. And it's all because the system is fighting against your nature instead of working with it. Okay, so this really breaks it down, right? You've got the old way versus the MPR way. The old way is all about this myth that longer hours automatically mean more output. It forces you into this rigid one-size-fits-all box. But the MPR way? It completely flips that on its head. It says, hey, let's manage your energy, not just your time. It's all about building a rhythm that actually syncs up with your personal energy peaks. So, okay, if the old way is clearly broken for so many of us, what's the alternative? Well, that brings us to a completely new rhythm. It's called Morfs Productivity Rhythm, or MPR for short. And this quote really gets to the heart of the whole thing. What if the secret to getting more done wasn't working harder, but working smarter with yourself? I mean, that's a huge reframe, isn't it? It's about stopping the battle with your schedule and starting to, harmonize with your own internal clock. So what is MPR really? Look, it's not just another planner or to-do list app. It's a whole different way of thinking. It's this flexible, personalized method that shifts the focus from just managing time to intentionally managing your energy. And here's the key. Those planned pauses to recharge, they're just as important as the work itself. Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How does this actually work in practice? How do you start building this rhythm for yourself? And you know what's great? This isn't some super complicated 100-step program. The whole thing is built on just 3 simple pillars. The source calls them the 3 core beats, and they are the foundation for everything else. So here they are. Step 1, learning bursts. Step 2, movement and mindfulness. And step 3, focused work cycles. Just think of these as your building blocks, right? They're the tools you're going to use to design a day that finally works with you. And each of these beats has a really specific job. Learning bursts, those are short, focused sessions to wake up your brain. You could read an article, watch a quick tutorial, anything to get the gears turning. Then you've got movement and mindfulness. This is all about keeping your stress down and your focus sharp. Maybe it's a walk outside, a quick stretch, or isn't just 5 minutes of quiet meditation. And then the big one, focused work cycles. This is where you tackle your most demanding tasks, but you do it when your energy is naturally at its peak. All right, so this is where it gets really interesting because you can see how this flexible framework applies to all different parts of our lives, whether you're in an office or a university library. Just think about it. For professionals, this quote says it all. Stop wasting your sharpest hours in email loops or endless meetings. Oh man, haven't we all been there? It's 10 a.m., your brain is firing on all cylinders, and you're stuck in a meeting that could have been an email. MPR is all about taking back that peak time for the work that actually matters. And the benefits for professionals are pretty clear. When you start matching your hardest tasks with your mental peaks, you stop just feeling busy and you start being genuinely effective. What does that get you? More control, way less fatigue, and you'll see real measurable gains in what you produce and how clear your thinking is. And it's not just for the 9-to-5 world. This method offers a huge lifeline for students, too. They're under so much pressure, constantly facing burnout. That expectation to be on and studying 24/7, it's just not how humans work. But what's so cool here is that when students start studying in intervals that actually match their mental rhythm, they learn way more effectively. The result? They actually remember more, they experience less burnout, and, get this, they feel energized by their studies instead of totally drained. But look, the impact doesn't just stop at work or school. When you start managing your energy this way, the benefits just ripple out into your whole life. People who use this report lower stress, less of that decision fatigue we all get, and just a much better sense of balance and fulfillment overall.
So when you put it all together, this whole thing builds towards a really powerful new mindset. Because this isn't just about ticking boxes on a to-do list.
Yeah, the real goal of Morf's productivity rhythm isn't just to make you more productive. It's about living a better life. It's about fundamentally improving your quality of life. I mean, at its heart, this is about feeling more present in your day-to-day. It's about feeling more fulfilled and in sync with yourself. It's about finding a more balanced, healthier way to deal with all the demands of modern living. And this right here might be the most important part of all. MPR is not a one-size-fits-all system. That's why those other systems fail. Its real power is that it's a framework you make your own. You adapt it to your life, your energy, and your goals. So, we're going to leave you with this one final question to think about. Forget all the apps, all the systems, just for a second, and ask yourself, what is my natural rhythm? Because figuring that out, well, that might just be the most important first step you can take.